What began as a simple welfare check in the quiet town of Mechanicville in New York, it turned into one of the most heartbreaking family tragedies of the year. And so, guys, police they were called after concerned neighbors said they hadn't seen their 64-year-old neighbor, Amy Steadman, for days. One neighbor, she actually became alarmed after noticing a foul odor was coming from the apartment, and so she had called to request a welfare check. When the officers entered the residence, they made a devastating discovery. Inside, there were six bodies. Amy Steadman, her 44-year-old daughter, Sarah Myers, and Sarah's four children. They were all dead. 13-year-old Harper, 11-year-old Hudson, and 10-year-old twins, Gavin and Gracelyn. As the investigators searched the apartment, they uncovered evidence that dramatically changed the direction of the case. The police chief, William Rabbit, he said that investigators found numerous prescription and over-the-counter medication, along with a crazy amount of evidence that was suggesting intentional poisoning. Now, the police, they also revealed that one of the children suffered fatal sharp force injuries, and this was weird because only one of them did. There was also a handwritten note recovered inside the apartment along with other evidence, and it has led investigators to believe that Amy, she may have been responsible for their death. Amy is the grandmother, and she may have been responsible for the death of her daughter and her four children. Think about that. But however, the officials, they kind of stress that the investigation is still ongoing and a final conclusion will depend on toxicology reports and what the medical examiners find after doing the autopsy. And the police, they say there is no evidence that anyone from outside the apartment was involved, and they do not believe that there is any threat to the public at the moment. And what was another heartbreaking detail is that Sarah Myers and her children, they actually lived in a different apartment within the same complex, but all six of them were found inside Amy's apartment. The police believe that the family had been dead for an extended period before they were discovered. The tragedy has been extremely devastating for the children's father who lived in Utah, and according to reports, he hadn't seen his kids since 2019. But he had recently reached a custody agreement that could have united them in just days, and so he was waiting for that. So his wife had them for 10 months, and now he would have them for 2 months during the summer. Instead of preparing for a long awaited visit, he was informed that all four of his children were now gone. As the community mourns the imaginable loss of Sarah, Harper, Hudson, Gavin, and Gracelyn, the investigators are continuing to work, to determine exactly what happened inside an apartment. And the toxicology results and the full investigation are currently still pending. And the police say they will not be able to make any final determination until all the evidence has been reviewed. And I was reading comments online that some people were saying that the mother and the grandmother came together and made this plan, or the mother killed them and then the grandmother it's just all so confusing, and I personally feel so bad for the dad because four children all at once, even though they were divorced, but the fact that he hadn't seen them since 2019 and now he'll be seeing them and they're all gone. I'm just absolutely heartbroken to hear this story. Let me know what your guys' thoughts are in the comments below.